Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Darrel Wayne, in studio from Finestone Partners, Michael Anderson. And we go to San Diego, California, unless you're traveling, to the beautiful and radiant Christine Horner, Dr. Christine Horner. She's author of the award-winning Waking the Warrior Goddess, and I guess your latest book is Radiant Health, Ageless Beauty. Dr. Horner, welcome back to Late Night Health.
Thanks so much. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
And as I said, we saw each other just a couple of weeks ago up in the L.A. area at the NBJ. And Christine was dressed up as a character from Game of Thrones. And she was radiant and beautiful there, as she always is.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to start, and then Michael join in too. Can you be beautiful, at least on the outside, but not so beautiful and healthy on the inside?
You know, that's a real good question. So, I was a plastic surgeon in my former life, and so I worked on beauty on the outside, right? Mm-hmm. And so one day, way back in 1997, a friend of mine told me about this spa that I could go to. It's that was in Fairfield, Iowa, of all kind of strange places. But he said it's a detoxification procedure basically, and it's part of the system of medicine called Ayurveda. So Ayurveda is originally from India.
Right.
So I thought, okay, fine. So I went and tried it out, and I only signed up for 3 days the first time. And so about 48 hours into these luxurious spa detoxification procedures that are 5,000 years old, I looked in the mirror, and I looked 10 years younger and never felt better in my life. And so I really had an epiphany at that point where I was like, oh, my God. I mean, this is like what my patients want, is this appearance of this kind of youthful, radiant glow, but you don't get that from doing plastic surgery. So that's when, I actually started changing my life at that point, because I was learning about everything that we have that plagues us, including breast cancer and, other kind of chronic diseases, that they're all preventable. And so all the things that you can do to help to lower your risk of these diseases are the same things that can help you to experience extraordinary health and longevity. So that has become my mission and my passion.
When did you experience that? How long ago was that? In
1997.
Okay, so it's been quite a while.
Yeah. A long time ago, yeah. So, as soon as I experienced that, I thought, these people really know something, because I truly didn't learn anything about health when I was in medical school or residency. It was all about how to suppress symptoms and sort of cut things out, and do surgery. And so I started studying Ayurveda like crazy, and actually became certified in it. And then, at one point I was just like, people need to know this information, because there's so many simple things that people can do that can dramatically improve their health. So I actually pitched the television stations in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I used to live, about having me be on air, a doctor, on their newscast, doing a segment on complementary and alternative medicine. So they went for it, and this was way back in 1999 and 2000 up to 2002, and then it ended up actually getting syndicated nationwide on the Wisdom Television Network. So I was working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week to pull off.
You were also seeing patients. Were you also seeing patients at the same time?
Yeah, and I was doing my plastic surgery practice. So I kept that up for 3 years, and then I went, you know what, I can't do this anymore. So I decided to quit my practice, and that was actually 17 years ago. And now what I do is teach people how to become and stay healthy naturally, avoid the knife, and, like I said, be able to experience extraordinary health and longevity.
Well, we have three guys here. Can you also work wonders on three relatively attractive men?
Of course.
Looking at do guys care as much about their health? Do you know? do you feel, as women?
Generally not. I would say so. The thing is, we know the statistics that 90% of all the healthcare decisions are made by the woman in the family. And, if you go to conferences on, complementary and alternative medicine topics, you'll find the vast majority of over 90% are women. And, so women have a tendency to take better care of themselves, but they help to take care of their men, too. But I think there's certainly a certain population of men that care, and particularly those that are in the media. It's important to, look good.
You were very complimentary to me. Thank you. When I saw you a few weeks ago, Mike, do you have a beauty or health regimen? I know you play tennis.
I do. I play tennis. It's great exercise. It's great fun. Since I turned 50, I have cut down fats, sodium, cholesterol, fried foods, not eliminated. No, very little soda, less alcohol, not no alcohol, but less alcohol. And I can tell the difference. I do want to ask, though, what would be one thing that the three of us today could start doing that you would recommend?
One thing, the easiest thing for people to do is to take a supplement. Easier than exercising, right? And doesn't require any change in your lifestyle. So there are certain supplements that they found that are extremely beneficial. So I'm just to kind of backtrack just a little bit. So, when I started, I was working on my most recent book, the Radiant Health Ageless Beauty book, and what I did was to kind of look at why do we age? What are the theories of aging? And so there's actually 300 different theories of aging. And you'd think, okay, well, that's crazy. Obviously, not all of them are right. But the truth of it is they found that all of them are right to a certain extent, and that there's a lot of different things that contribute to aging. And so they've kind of narrowed them down or grouped them into about 4 or 5 different categories, but they have to do with, understanding that we have biological clocks. And I mean, that's the truth, because we know that animals that are small, that have the real high heart rate and everything, don't live very long. Human beings live, 80, 90 years, sometimes past 100. And tortoises can live 200 years. So we know that there's, definitely something that has to do with a biological clock. We also know that there's processes where we get kind of injuries or destruction to our cells based on oxygen-free radicals and inflammation, and those are 2 processes we know that contribute to all the different kinds of chronic diseases, from heart disease to diabetes and so forth.
Dr. Horner, all these things that you've mentioned, all these things that you've just come up with, including inflammation, do traditional MDs accept this yet, or not?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we definitely have the research that shows that we're getting all these injuries from, oxygen-free radicals and inflammation, and that breaks our system down. We have identified something called telomeres that are at the end of the chromosomes, and there's a direct link to how long these telomeres are and what your lifespan is. So every time your cell divides, which is the way that our body regenerates itself, that the telomere will shorten. And there's certain things that you can do actually to keep your telomeres longer, and not surprisingly, they're all the things that we know that help to keep us healthy. So exercise, which was being mentioned about playing tennis. I'm a tennis player too, but exercise, for instance, is something that they found will lengthen the telomeres. It will decrease stress, and stress is something that causes lots of destruction to the body. It also improves our immune system, and that's another theory of aging that they have, is as we get older, there are various different systems like the immune system and the nervous system and the endocrine system are things that don't work as well. And so all these different techniques that we have are really things to kind of counteract those various different theories of aging. But you asked what's the simplest thing that you can do, and like I said, taking certain supplements is always the easiest thing to do. So, for instance, just a few that have been found to be extremely beneficial. So there's one I've talked about a lot, which is called AHCC. And AHCC is an extract from shiitake mushrooms. It's been around for over 40 years. It's from Japan. It's been shown to be extremely effective at helping to improve your immune system. So they found that it's like the most effective formula that they found as far as supporting every single cell type in the immune system. So lots and lots of studies that have been done on it showing that it lowers your risk of many different kinds of cancers. And by the way, they just found it kills the HPV virus that can cause cervical cancer. And last year they had a study that came out and showed that it was beneficial for Lyme disease too. So I think that's an excellent formula to take to help to support the immune system. Omega-3 fatty acids is another one. We've heard about these forever, the fish oils and the flax oils and so forth, but they found that omega-3s actually have more anti-inflammatory properties to it than anything else that they've tested.
Wow. We're out of time. We're out of time for this segment, but we have more time together. So we're going to take a time out. We'll be back. Our guest is the author of Radiant Health, Ageless Beauty, along with Mike Anderson here in studio, and of course, the insane Darrel Wayne. I'm Mark Alyn. All of us will return in just a couple of moments. Don't you dare go away. More coming up here on Late Night Health.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. The greatest bridge you can cross in life is one that connects your heart with another's. Giving of yourself is the ultimate gift of receiving. Love bridges the distance between any two hearts, even if that expanse is between here and heaven. This connection is unbreakable when it's built upon true, unconditional love. So why not love unconditionally? You're not giving up anything except your fears. Love is worth more than any one heart can ever hold. That's why it's meant to be shared. Isn't it time to use your heart to show the world how big infinity is?
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com. There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.